Hey guys, welcome back to the show. On today's show, I want to do a final 2023 wrap-up. Also give you guys some updates on the website that I've done recently and talk about a viewer email that was sent to me and just kind of address a couple little problems. But just stay tuned for everything that's right here, right now on Ham Radio for Non-Techies. Welcome back to Ham Radio for Non-Techies, guys. My name is Scott. My call sign is KI5NPL, and I run the Ham Radio for Non-Techies YouTube channel as well as the website. So as I said today, I wanted to kind of just go over and, we've reached the end of 2023. It ends tomorrow. Actually, by the time you see this, probably either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. But it's been a heck of a year. So let's start off with the website stuff. We're going to go to my desktop real quick. So if you go to my website, hamradiofornontechies.com, links in the description. If you scroll down, I've had a couple of people ask about, they want to get their license and they want to study, but they don't know if they're getting the right study materials, want to have the current question pools, things like that. So what I did is, I should have done this a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, but I've updated the links to the books for the current question pools as I could find them. So for the Craig Buck K4IA books, the ones that I liked, which is questions and answers, if you like to memorize, everybody learns differently. Some people can memorize, some people want to learn the backstory, some people want to know every single freaking detail to understand stuff. However you learn, do what works for you. You can't. There's no one way to teach people, no matter what anybody says. So everybody learns differently. So I've got all three books here, the ARRL books, the Gordon West books, which are absolutely fantastic. He has a great way of explaining this stuff, making it a little bit easier to digest. And you have the ones that I use, which were the Amateur Radio, the Easy Way books, which, I figured study and pass the test. I have a lifetime to learn. So if that's how you do it, great. Anyway, either way, I've got these books updated. So these are all the new books for the 2022 to 2026 question pools for the technician. If you scroll down to the next section, I have general. These are now updated for 2023 to 2027 for all three books here. And then also, and then we have extra class, which there will be sometime in mid 2024, there will be a new question pool coming out for that. So if you're planning on studying for all three exams, or you want to upgrade from general to extra, or you want to go from technician to extra, whatever you plan on doing, you might want to get it done before June or July of next year, because that's when the question pool will change. Now, with that being said, let me just kind of cover something. If you're currently studying and you don't have the right question pool books and stuff like that, don't freak out about it, all right? They only change a few questions on here, and it won't be detrimental to you passing the exam. You'll most likely still pass. But on the website here, I've also given you other resources to help aid you in making sure that you are 100% ready to go take this test. So if you scroll down even further, we now have the online practice tests. And that's from QRZ.com, hamexam.org, and hamstudy.org. They all offer free accounts and free access to practice all the tests. Some of them have a couple more features involved with them, like hamexam.org has the practice test for all three exams, flashcards, and the question pool questions. Whereas hamstudy.org, which I think is run by signalstuff.com, they have the practice test. They also have a study mode, which will help keep track of your progress as you're answering these different tests and going through the different exams. This is very good to let you know where you need to study in the books a little bit more so you can ace these exams. But wait, there's more. If that's not enough, I also have the Ham Practice Test apps for both Android and iOS. You can load them on there. I did these when I was out shopping with my wife, and she's out trying on clothes. I'm bored as whale crap. I'd sit in the chair and pop up one of these little apps, sit there, take these tests over and over and over again. When you reach a point, you're getting 75 to 80% or better consistently. You are now ready to go take the exam, and you will most likely ace it. The practice exams give you all the questions from all the pools and stuff like that. Well, not all at the same time, obviously. They give you the 35 questions or 50 questions based on which exam you're taking. It's going to help you. It's really going to help ensure that you are ready to pass these exams and get your licensing. So utilize the website, guys. Please utilize the website. If you're brand new to ham radio, thinking about it, I've tried to make this as easy for you as possible so that you can get down there and pass your exam, become a licensed ham operator, and enjoy it as much as we do. Now, if we scroll back up to the top, I have another viewer sent me an email, and the complaint was that I needed to be more accurate with the propagation conditions charts that I have on the website for you guys. As much as I'd love to take credit for that, it's not me. And let me explain. Anyway, if you click on this button right here, it just gives you the current ham radio conditions. And that brings you to this page. Well, on this page, there are charts. And these charts give the general conditions of what's going on in the solar system and how it affects us here on Earth with ham radio. The main things you have to pay attention to are the SFI, which is the solar flux index, the A index, and the K index. Those are finite numbers that are updated every 3 or 4 hours, and that gives you a basic idea of what you can expect with the solar weather out there before you hook up your radios and start going on various channels. I think where he was getting upset was on this one down here on the bottom right, because it talks about 10 meters and 12 meters is fair at night, poor, or fair in the day, poor at night. 15 to 17 is good at day, good at night. 20 meters, 30 meters is good day, good at night. And 40 to 80 meters is fair in the day and good at night. And I think he was basing his stuff on this. Well, as much as I'd love to take credit for it, guys, I didn't code this stuff. There's another guy out there that coded this. He made these available for hams that have websites to use on their website, either for personal reference or to help out other people, which is what I have them on here for. It is not a definitive thing. If it says something is good and the conditions where you are crap, nothing I can do about that. I did not code this, and it's just a tool, guys. It's not going to be completely 100% accurate, but it's going to be close enough. You have to use a little common sense when you're out there. If something's not right, make some changes. Set up a different antenna, set up a better antenna, add more power, something like that, whatever you got to do. But you really can't blame the tool as I didn't write it, and it's not designed to be 100% accurate. All right, it's at least still more accurate than the weather, guys. But utilize this stuff, guys. These are great tools for you. Also, one other thing for you new people, if you're just getting into or wanting to get into ham radio, and you're looking out there, you're already at the technician level, looking to get your general, want to get an HF, which is like, well, I don't really know what radio to get, blah blah blah. I've got a section of my website up here called Ham Radio Suggestions. I've got the ICOM 7300, the 991A, the FT-891, and the Xiegu G90. These are the most popular of the radios out there right now in the introductory beginner price range of between $600 and $1,200. So if you are interested in one of these radios but don't have an HRO or a Gigaparts or some other retailer around nearby, you can go actually play with it, or you don't know anybody who has one you can play with, this at least gives you an idea, and I'll kind of show you what I did here. So we'll click on the 7300, for instance. But I went through this whole thing, and I set up nice big pictures of the 7300, and you see these little pulsating yellow dots on here. If you want to know what one of these buttons does, you click on the yellow dot next to it, and a little pop-up comes up and tells you what that particular button does. Yes, it's not the same as operating the radio, blah, 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 but at least gives you an idea so you can kind of familiarize yourself with the radio. So it's like, okay, well, that's great for the buttons. What about that screen? I thought of that too. You scroll down, and I made a hotspot section for the screen with everything lit up. So you can click on any of these things. It'll tell you exactly what those things are for, what they represent, and what they mean. And this will help you to familiarize yourself before you go off and spend, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 to, $1,500, whatever it is on a radio. This will at least help you to kind of get an idea of what you're looking at, what you're looking into. I always tell you guys, research everything, buy once, cry once. Don't just settle for second best. If you want a 7300, don't settle for a G90. Save up an extra couple weeks. Get the radio you want. There's no reason to sit there and, because I got to have it now. There's no race. Get it. Get what you want. But if you have to wait a little while longer, so be it. You'll be so much happier in the end. Okay, so anyway, like I said, guys, there's a lot of stuff on the website here. Please utilize it. Check it out. You know, I got the shop. I have the shop on here, the stores. You have direct link to my Amazon store, direct link to my my kit store. What else is on here? I guess that's pretty much it for that stuff. I got a whole bunch of little things, just all kinds of how to tune antennas, glossary of terms, recommendations for different companies and things you want to get radios from. And there's a lot of stuff on here. So please utilize it. This was designed for you. It's not for me. It's designed for you and anybody else interested in getting into ham radio. So with that being said, we are now back to 2023. Yeah. 2023 has been a really unique year. It started out okay. Of course, in March, I got in that accident, broke my neck. And that was, months of being laid up and all that kind of crap, and being without a vehicle for 6 months. That was just, that was very stressful. But I got past it. And I want to thank all of you that helped out with that, with the GoFundMe and stuff like that, to help me, get out of this funk and get back on track here. And I do apologize for not coming right back and just jumping right back into the video stuff. But once I was mobile again and functioning, I was behind on a lot of stuff, and I'm still behind on a lot of stuff. So I'm still playing catch up right now. And I've had to make a couple of different adjustments to my life as far as my income and things like that. I love doing the channel. I will continue doing the channel, but the channel does not pay my bills. It helps me to grab a couple little things so I have new gear to show you guys or new things to recommend to you guys. And that's pretty much it at the moment. I'm not buying any new radios myself because the radios I have, I'm completely happy with, and I could care less what comes out unless they can really, really impress me with some new technology that I don't currently have. And that just hasn't happened. But yeah, you guys have been fantastic. I'm just past 17,600 subscribers. I'm well on the way to 20,000 subscribers. Never thought I'd see that. I'm blown away. I can't extend I can't express my appreciation enough to you guys. I wish there's something more I could do at this point in time, but all I can do at this point in time is say thank you for your support. Your support makes this channel possible. Your continued support makes this channel possible. Going to the Amazon store, grabbing stuff, going into my shop, grabbing the t-shirts and the mugs and things like that. That all helps out in little ways. It really makes a difference. But I'm in this because I really want to help people as much as possible and get you into ham radio and have you enjoy it. I really want you guys to, there's a feeling, there's a camaraderie within ham radio, at least the majority of it, especially in the online groups. And if you're one of those folks where you live out someplace where there's not a ham radio club, or maybe you do have a ham radio club, but it's full of people that just don't want to, they still think that, cars should cost a nickel, and they're not willing to make any changes, or just upright or just uptight people. The online ham radio community is absolutely fantastic. We support each other. We're eager to help newcomers. We want to prevent you from going down the wrong path and maybe learn from our mistakes before you spend your hard-earned money on something stupid. So we'd like to help out as much as possible with that. And, ask your questions. You have all these different channels out there. And I've also got to thank my fellow YouTubers, Ham Radio Tube, K8MRD, Ham Radio Crash Course, Josh, Jace over Ham Radio 2.0, Frank the Tank Radio. Can't forget Tank Radio. By the way, if you don't know this, when Tank Radio does his Sunday night live streams, I'm a co-host on that show. So if you want to come and check that out and interact with that, subscribe to his channel. When he does a live on the Sunday nights, I'm one of the co-hosts on those Sunday night shows. Go in there and come join us. Have a great time. Ask questions. We'll try to answer as much stuff as we can. And again, we'll help you out. We have the various Discords. Ham Radio Crash Course has a Discord. There's a Toads Discord. I have all linked down below. But you just got a plethora of people. You got coffee and ham radios every Saturday morning and sometimes during the week. You got Ham Radio Clubhouse, great group of guys. Sometimes they talk about ham radio. But it's just a good group of people that, they're people you could trust with your house keys. They're helpful. they sincerely care enough about ham radio and helping out new people get into it and helping out seasoned people. If you just, if you've been in it for a long time, you got out of it for a couple of years, try and get back in the swing of things. The online community, I'm sorry, the online community is far superior to any club that's out there. And I'm going to say it because I just personal experience. The online community is very helpful, and we don't chastise people. We don't make you feel bad or feel stupid. We want you to come out. If we have events near you, you're always welcome to come out to those events and join us and come meet us and hang out and learn more stuff and ask questions, play with the radios that are out there. There's so much stuff that we can do together. And, I think that's the big benefit of the online community versus anything else. You've got a great support group. With that being said, guys, I've got a lot of plans for 2024. I'm currently working on a new career move. And I'm still working through it. It's been a little bit difficult. There's been a couple hiccups here and there. But I'm still going to press on because that's my future at this point in time. But I want to encourage you guys to continue watching these videos, continue interacting with me. Get on my Facebook group. If you have Facebook, I do have a Ham Radio for Non-Techies Facebook group with over 1,170 something people. I mean, that's ridiculous alone. There's 1,100 people on a Facebook group to talk about stuff that I talk about in the show and talk to each other. But that group helps each other out. I've got some great admins out there that help keep the spam out. They help answer questions. We have other great members in there, and it's all free. There's no charge for any of this stuff. But it's a place we can get together as a community, and we can talk and discuss ideas. And you can show off some of your cool gear. We can give you some suggestions on things if you have questions about it. There's no end to the support that we're willing to give you people if you will jump on and just interact. You can start with a simple, hey, I'm new here. Can somebody answer some questions? You'll have 5 people on you like white on rice. So utilize the resources out there, folks. I mean, you guys got a great online community of hams within the YouTube community, the Discord community, the Facebook community. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to not be into ham radio. If you're interested enough, you want to get into it, the resources are there for you. And I've scoured everything I could think of and put it and packed it all into my website. So it's basically a one-stop shop. And people said, oh, you kind of hard to claim you're the #1 ham radio website out there. Well, I am. And the reason for it is I've got a ton of information out here, and I'm constantly updating it with new stuff. It's mainly geared towards the new people. If you're very new, don't know where to go, I at least have kind of a roadmap of start here and progress and keep going and move on for these different things. And once you get your license, here's what you can do with ham radio. It gives you all these choices of things with links to go everywhere. So, utilize these things, guys. Anyway, I'm rambling on too much. I guess with that, guys, I'm going to rock and roll here. I mean, see ya 2023. You sucked. I'm looking much more forward to 2024, and I hope you guys will join me for the ride, and hopefully be a much better year than last year. Until then, guys, if you would, please give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. Click on the little bell and be notified when I do new videos, which will also tell YouTube that you guys like this kind of stuff and I keep popping up in front of you. Other than that, I want you guys to have a great, happy, and safe new year. I want to see everybody back here in 2024. I got some new stuff coming out. Got some new build videos coming out. We have, I got a story I've been working on. I know you guys you might have heard me talk about this before. I've got a story I've been working on for quite a while, and I'm trying to find the best way to present it to you to make it both entertaining and informative. And I know I've been kind of promising for about a month and a half, 2 months now. It's coming, it's coming. Well, it actually is coming. So bear with me and stick with it, and we'll get that knocked out. Anyway, guys, again, have a safe and happy new year. Thank you so much for your support. And until then, this is KI5MPL, Ham Radio for Non-Techies, and we are clear.